Dear oh dear, what was it? The hunt, the blood, or the unnecessary cutscenes? Oh, it doesn't matter. I tell you, they were completely justified. Even the elevators and the bridges. Tonight, we will go through them all. Ooh-inga boo-inga.
Unga bunga indeed, my fellows. I am Dead Onion, and of course, just as voiceover Gearman said, today we will be analyzing all of the most important cutscenes in From Software's Souls games. We've got elevators and bridges, crystals and ladders. We're covering it all with the utmost precision and unbridled accuracy. This will be a very serious critique because, you know, this is very serious stuff. In fact, I don't think I'm outstepping my bounds to say that this video will change your life to the point where you'll become incredibly successful and all of your problems will go away. Now, if that sounds like a good deal to you, stay tuned. If not, quick, hurry, hit the X button right now. Oh. Looks like you're stuck here. Well, enjoy the video. Now, we all know it's a verified fact that 90% of Dark Souls 3's initial success is attributed to Farron Keep. Everyone loves this area. And I mean, what could be more fun than trudging knee-deep through a thick, poisoned swamp, occasionally getting assaulted by a brain-dead, extra-chromosomed goat man, and smothering a bunch of fires one at a time in order to open a really big and badly damaged door. What's more fun than that? What? Nothing, you say, Mr. Dark Souls enthusiast? Well, while I do agree that this is peak entertainment, there is the cherry on top, which makes this area one of the best areas in all of Souls games. Every time you extinguish a fire, you get one of these bad boys. And every time, I cry tears of joy. And I watch it all the way through.
So beautiful. We're so blessed.
These cutscenes are beautiful. And if you dislike them, then you misunderstood what Dark Souls was really about. And you're a terrible person. There shouldn't even be a skip button allowed. And just the fact that there is one makes me want to throw up. This is Dark Souls 3, and these cutscenes are perfect in every way. I just wish there were more of them. I mean, what's holding you back, Miyazaki? Just look at all that room. Just throw in 16 more of them. Now, I do concede, because the cutscenes we have are amazing and perfect in every way. They set the atmosphere, they keep you in suspense of that door opening, and the fact that there's 3 of them is honestly so much more than we ever could have hoped for. Thank you, Miyazaki. You legendary man from Genius Land. What would we ever do without you? These cutscenes are great, and they get 11 Artorias out of 10 Artorias. They're that good. Elevator cutscenes. There's just something so necessary about them. And we get a total of 3 distinct versions of cinematic elevatoring in Elden Ring. We got yellow, green, and red. And also, they each have a different activation sound for whatever reason. And this is how it goes. The medallion is hoisted, the statues turn, and the lift of Dectus and rolled cutscenes are pretty solid. However, they do have what you might call
Arrival.
Behold, the Bloodborne Hunter's Nightmare Skeleton Lift cutscene. I don't know if it has a real name or what. But it's this elevator right here after you fight Ludwig in the Hunter's Nightmare. You go down this scary hallway and fight those two really mean hunter ladies. You stick a medallion thing into this caved-in skull, and it satisfyingly clicks right into place. Now, this elevator might be a little more dusty and rusty than the lift of Rolled/Dectus, but I feel that it's a very solid elevator scene. You get to chill with these homie statues instead of the lame Elden Ring ones. And I mean, what are they even doing? Just standing there? Lame! My homies on the Bloodborne lift are performing brain surgery with all the necessary instruments. Book, bell, sterile gloves, and epic hat. So cool. It just doesn't get better than that, guys. Oh, hold on. What is that? Is that a helmet plume? Those literally went out of style ages ago, you frickin' nerd. You suck! To top it off for my Bloodborne boys, their patient seems to be doing very well under anesthesia. So for me, this is the clear winner between the two. Now for the scores. The Bloodborne elevator gets 99 eyes on the inside for maximum insight, while the Elden Ring lift gets a singular rubbish because it's terrible. Alright everyone, the Chosen Undead has gone to the Firelink altar, but it can't feel too weird or out of place. Does anyone have any cutscene ideas for how to make that happen? Oh, yes. We could bring the gargoyles back. They could fly the player down the hole. No, we're not doing that. That's a terrible idea. Anyone else? Yeah, go right on ahead. What about the giant crow? I mean, he's just been sitting there since the beginning of the game, the Firelink Shrine. You know, just waiting for something to do. Oh my. How is that any different from the gargoyle idea? Well, it's a bird. No! It's the same. Just shut up. Now, anyone have an actual idea around here? Or do I have to call on the guys from B Team? No one? Seriously? Yes, please have a good idea.
What if we had Frampt eat the undead?
Transition scenes of the most unnecessary in Souls are probably these. The calf/Frampt scene where you get swallowed, and the walking into objects thing from Dark Souls 2. Both of these could reasonably be replaced by an awkward fade to black, like so. As you can see, it probably wouldn't be too jarring, but instead we get some pretty solid cutscenes that do add some reasonable character to the game, especially the one with Frampt and Kath. I mean, can you imagine Frampt's character if he didn't swallow people? He would always feel as if he were missing something. And besides, he just looks like a hungry serpent. I also just thoroughly enjoy the uniqueness that's put into this cutscene, and the character gives off some funny vibes the way they react to it as well. It's like a panic moment of, ooh, what did I just agree to? Because you're getting eaten alive. It must be a truly horrifying experience, I'm sure. And as far as the walking into walls and objects transition from Dark Souls 2, it kind of just goes like this. The simplicity of it is admirable, and I do think that it warrants a cutscene, because of the fact that all these instances are you going back in time. And in fact, because of that reason, I feel like the cutscene's even more justifiable than an elevator cutscene. Reasonably, they could have just put a fog wall animation on these objects and called it good. And I'm sure that would have been fine, but there's nothing wrong with having these cutscenes, even though they might seem a little bit unnecessary. Also, it's kind of like Harry Potter. Yeah, Harry Potter. Yeah. I give the Framped Cath Swallow 3 out of 3 go no scopes. And the Object Walk, I give 1.5 Calamite Tail Chops for effort. Ladders. They're everywhere in Souls games. You need to get somewhere high up? Ladder. Heading down below?
Yes.
Boom. Ladder. In fact, ladders seem to play such an important role in the world of Dark Souls, they've actually developed their own definitive profession. Dark Souls 2 features some cutscenes featuring a man known as Laddersmith Gilligan. Let me just hammer this point home. He is referred to as a laddersmith, not a carpenter or a woodworker or anything like that. No, this guy focuses his profession strictly on ladders. Ladders are this guy's life, and I personally believe that he is responsible for building all the ladders in all of the Dark Souls games. That is until his untimely death in Dark Souls 3. Being that this man is so dedicated to his profession, it was only right that we got 3 beautiful cutscenes featuring him picking up and placing ladders down into a giant pit. Beautiful. So majestic. Truly, this is awe-inspiring, and probably the most pivotal point in all of Dark Souls 2. Just look at that form when he picks it up. The gracefulness of when he sets it down.
Oh, majestic.
It truly is a marvelous display of precision and skill. And Laddersmith Gilligan is probably one of the most underappreciated NPCs, with the best lore in all of the Souls games. Of course, we do have another ladder cutscene, and it's one that is kind of just an extension of Gilligan and his legacy. The Basin of Vows from Dark Souls 3. Now this ladder was almost certainly crafted by our good friend Laddersmith Gilligan, who has, as I mentioned, unfortunately passed by this time in the games. However, this cutscene does give us another opportunity to admire Gilligan's craftsmanship. After killing the dancer, we place a bowl on an altar, and this happens. After forcing a sentient statue to commit suicide, the ladder drops down, and we are able to behold Gilligan's workmanship in all of its elegance and majesty. And after that, you get to climb it. Truly, these cutscenes are incredible, which is why I give them both 10 Dark Souls Remastereds out of 10 Dark Souls Remastereds. Yeah, we go all out with the scoring here. May you laddersmith in peace, King. Oh shoot, guys, the gate is open. Oh no. Jeez. Hello, Barbara. Daddy's not coming home tonight. Hold on, wait. Just hold on a sec. I've got an idea. All we have to do is have someone throw their spear, and it'll scare him away.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a great
But who's gonna throw the spear?
Gerald will throw the spear.
Yeah, Gerald, throw the spear.
Oh, jeez. But then I won't have a spear to defend myself.
Just give me that. I'll do it. Yeah.
This cutscene has always kind of been hilarious to me. And here it is in its HD remake. I mean, the spear throw is kind of cheesy. The player's all like, oh cool, I opened that big door. Oh no. But because of the cheesiness, I feel like it's kind of perfect. The Phalanx are a joke of a boss. And what better way to start off their fight than with something absurd like this? No, I know there's gonna be someone in the comments who's gonna be all like,
Actually, in the lore, the Phalanx are brainless, and they were just reacting to the door being opened.
Shut up! No one cares. Now I will concede that it does give some character needed to make it a little bit less boring. So instead of it just being like, oh, the door's opened, it's more like, oh no, they've got spears in there. Also, side point, this spear is huge. Isn't this just the big guy in the center's spear? He should have kept it, and then they might have stood a reasonable chance. Everyone knows giant weapons do more damage. What the freak, guy? Are you a fool? Because that was pretty foolish. Anyways, this cutscene gets 4 Dark Souls bleed dogs out of 10. Next up, we have these turning statue cutscenes. These two are both good, fun lever cutscenes. You turn a wheel, in this case, and boom, statue turns, door opens, standard procedure, basic stuff. There's not really much I can say about these two because of how basic they are. One thing I will say though, is that these wheels should be really, really hard to turn. I don't imagine that they get oiled very often, and seeing as they're surrounded by monsters and in probably the dampest places they could be, they should be caked in rust. Wouldn't it be kind of funny if the character went to turn it and it's just fused shut by rust and they're like, ah, dang. Or better yet, 'tis so rusty, one of the handles breaks and the character cuts themselves and they die of tetanus. Credits roll the end. Another thing I think is kind of great about the one in Ariandel is how Frida is just sitting there and she sees the door open and she's all like, bruh. Solid reaction. These cutscenes get 7 out of 11 souls of a proud knight because they're pretty average. In Souls, we are privileged with many beautiful cutscenes. Ludwig, Artorias, the Dark Souls 1 opening. However, all those pale in comparison to the beauty that Elden Ring achieves in its Bridge Raise cutscene. I don't have the words to express how beautiful this is. Wow. Just wow. If it were possible to marry this cutscene, I would be first in line. The way it raises up, the way the lava flows off, the cages and crap dangling from the bottom, and the way it cools off. Steamy. Now, on the other hand, we have this pile of garbaggio. Ah! My ears! Oil your freaking bridge, Macleod, you wretch! You know what? Come here. Had enough? I don't even feel the need to explain this one. It's just so clear how much better the Elden Ring bridge is.
I'm evil.
The Elden Ring bridge cutscene gets 69 out of 10 freshly baked claymores. Yeah, you heard me. 69 out of 10 freshly baked claymores. And the Macleod bridge gets nothing because it's disgusting and it's the worst. It's just the worst. Get out of here! Get out of here! And now we have finally reached the last cutscene If you've somehow made it this far in the video, I am very proud of you. And honestly, seriously, thank you for watching. This last one is going to be kind of more serious because I think it's one of the only truly justifiable cutscenes on this list, and that's the Odin Chapel cutscene from Bloodborne. Now, if you haven't played Bloodborne, Odin Chapel is basically the hub for all the NPCs you meet throughout the game. They have interactions there, it's a safe place from the beasts, but when you first arrive after defeating Father Gascoigne, you're given this cutscene, which I will let play in its entirety. Oh my gosh, the atmosphere, top keck, my friend. I actually think this is one of the things that really got me into Bloodborne and the Souls games in general, is this cutscene. Just the eeriness, the mystery, the what in the heavenly heavens. Okay, this guy, the chapel dweller, can throw you off a bit if you notice him, but really the atmosphere that emanates from this one cutscene really just drew me into the world a lot more than the other things did, and I think that's because I was just starting my first Souls game. There aren't a lot of other cutscenes like this that aren't introducing a boss or something stupid like a ladder or door. I mean, there's Fair and Keep like I mentioned earlier, but that just, it's too tedious and it's just no atmosphere to it really at all. As a result, the good cutscenes are more or less just the boss intros, but this one really hits it home for me. It's a really good introduction to the second part of the world, I feel like. And after I watched this cutscene for the first time, I was like, oh, things are a little different here. Gave me a cutscene and this place is a mystery to me. I really wish From Software would do more stuff like this, just to build the atmosphere more in the world. But hey, I'm glad we have this one. So if I had to give this cutscene a score, I would give it 10 out of 10 giant dads, because it's one chat of a cutscene. Anyways guys, that's gonna wrap up the video. This is one I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm glad I got around to finally putting it together. There were some other cutscenes I wanted to include, but it would have just made the video way too long. And maybe I'll make a part 2, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna leave you with this final cutscene as the outro. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you want to. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.